Hey, what's happening, guys? Look at these two oldies right here in, I don't know, I think I'm in Montreal North, you know? Anyway, I'm floating around there, and I film a nice walk on this street there, Amiens, or Amiens, whatever you pronounce it. And look at this fucking really sweet GMC Blazer S15. I guess they still called it a king cab back then. Man, that thing is clean. It's hard to find these that are really clean in this part of the world. I'm sure it must have been redone. And then on the other hand, I mean, you have this Survivor 80s Chevy Chevette there with some some hardcore fucking some hardcore lug nuts there, and with a horrible repaint. But hey, it's around, it's still here, it survived, you know. I mean, walking up to it, actually I thought that it was my old my father's a girlfriend at the time, back in the 90s. She had one of them, and I remember I even shined it all up and everything. It was an 86. Man, that fucking Blazer is sweet. Let me just get a good look at the other side of it there. Oh, excuse me, I keep saying Blazer. It's a Yukon. That's when GM started doing stupid, goofy things like that. You know what I mean? For fuck's sake, in the 80s, they come out with the small Blazer, but then you had the big Blazer. And then they had this Blazer, which is now a Yukon. So, you know, whatever. Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go to the main course over here, where vehicle, like so many that are rare here now in the East, that used to be common, but are still pretty common in the Midwest and the prairies and the out West, where vehicles last longer. This is a nice surprise. Been a few years since I've actually seen one of these parked on the street here in Montreal, and last one I saw parked on the street, I think, was all fucking busted up in the front. And yeah. And actually, I filmed one of these, I think, last week in the rain, and it was just the same type. It was white. And then it brought back memories. When I was living in the West Island when I was a kid, there was a company called Chemlon. And they went around, you know, spraying pesticides on the lawns, you know. And then apparently, many years later, or whatever, sometime in the 90s, they found out, people found out actually there was a cancer-causing chemical in those pesticides. People were getting fucking cancer. So anyway, I don't think this is an ex-Chemlon truck, but it could be, because they were white, and I mean, they only worked in the summertime, so they couldn't have had you know, high mileage, and they lasted a pretty long time. These particular trucks by International were very popular because they were robust, they were pretty reliable. They were made from 79 to 89, but oddly enough, they had a heavier model, you know, like with twin axles in the back and everything, with the grill though that was vertical bars, and that one was made into the 90s. And that's fucking strange, because it's confusing, you know. When it comes to vehicles, things like that get confusing, frankly. It's, what does she look like here? Hey, you need some springs? Yeah, she's been working a long time hard, man. Well, that's cool, man. See, this is why I come to this part of town more than ever. You never know what you're going to see out here, and mostly, I have to say, it's usually Italians that are into you know, conserving things and making things last, you know. And that's, you know what they're like? They're like Cubans, you know. That's the way to fucking be, man. We waste so much. We fucking waste so much in this society. It's disturbing, you know. And I really tip my hat off to them. And I thank God for these type of people. Or how many vehicles would I really see, old cars in this city? I mean, yeah, okay, at the car shows you see a lot, but you don't fucking see as many as you used to. Believe me, and a lot of them went overseas, thanks to our shitty low dollar value, unfortunately. But you know, these big fucking Gros Bertha like this, they're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna go overseas, believe me. And this one, unfortunately, is not gonna be around, I think, for a hell of a long time, because I see a lot of rot on her. And actually, you know what was cool is some of these still had a 345 gas V8 in them. But in my book that I have on American trucks, they stopped offering that, I think, in 84 or 86. So this probably has a diesel, but I don't know. The one I filmed going by the other day on La Cordère in the rain a couple of weeks ago, it was fucking, it sounded like gas. It didn't, I don't think it was a fucking diesel. Anyway, there you go. So me, I'm happy, and I'm going to go around the block, and maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get to see a freight on the Saint Laurent sub there. I see a, oh, look, there's the Acura. Is that an Acura RL? I like that car. No, it's a Hyundai. I don't care about those. Anyway, so c'est ça qui est ça, and enjoying this, what is sort of a nice day. Bye.